It's time to celebrate the positive, the good,
I love it. I just love socializing that you have.
the heartwarming,
It's all about just improving the community.
and the uplifting.
I see this as such a small portion of what I can do to help our families.
Stories that make Northeast Wisconsin a great place to live. We welcome you to this Local 5 special presentation of Positively Wisconsin, presented by Stacy Hennessy and Company.
Hello and welcome to Local 5's Positively Wisconsin special broadcast.
Tonight we are shining a light on the people from our own backyard who are bringing a sense of joy and hope to Northeast Wisconsin. And we begin with the tip of a lifetime. A group of business owners who traveled around the Fox Valley is giving good service. It's just dessert.
It wasn't that long ago that we met server Renee Gentz. She's been working at the pub in Neenah for nearly 10 years. Customers say you can tell she enjoys her work because of the way she treats people. And it turned out a group of business owners who network over dinner decided to pool their resources and give her the tip of a lifetime, several $100s in cash. The wonderful moment captured on a cell phone that brought her to tears.
We get blessed by the customers that work with us, so we figure why don't we hand that blessing down to other people.
This is a monthly tradition for the small business owners. They don't like the attention, but agreed to allow Local 5 to tag along one night because they do believe in getting out the message that we all have the ability to make someone's day.
People like that are why I work the job that I do and why I come back to work every day, for sure.
Of course it makes me feel good, but again, I don't do it because it makes me feel good. It's because I want to try to help out and give back as much as I can.
The group has an open invite for other business owners to join them in what they call their blessing dinners. Well, with long winters here in Wisconsin, comfort can be hard to come by when you're struggling. Some quilters in Oshkosh are now threading the needle to help the local warming shelter there.
And Local 5's Katie Amrine shows us how this group is helping the community one stitch at a time.
Even though it's been a warmer winter, people in Oshkosh are still in need for a place to bundle up. That's why a sewing group called the Wisconsin Warmers is sewing 50 quilts for the day-by-day warming shelter's new location that is set to open in May. Coordinator of the Wisconsin Warmers, Cheryl Klemmer, says the 15 members of the group are happy to donate their time for a good cause.
We know in Wisconsin we can get 20 below zero, and yes, they're beautiful quilts, but if the person wraps themselves around it under the bridge or wraps themselves around it, in a stairwell somewhere, I don't care, it keeps them warm.
Michelle Weiler with Day by Day says she is grateful for the group's work.
Just the amount of time and love that goes into everyone, and that they're willing to give these to us and to some of the most vulnerable members of our community and make our shelter a cozier, homier, more welcoming place for our guests.
We get a lot of thank yous. We will get a thank you from a wife that her husband has severe Alzheimer's and can't communicate, but received one of our quilts and he just smiled. God, getting choked up with that. Those are the kind of things that make it worthwhile.
The Wisconsin Warmers have been in operation for almost 30 years, and they say they are proud to have touched the lives of so many.
It's just my passion, and being able to do that and give out beautiful quilts and Christmas stockings here, and doing for the Humane Society and raising money for them, it's the warm fuzzy feeling that people get by doing good.
In Oshkosh, Katie Amrine, Local 5 News.
The Warmers Group relies on money donations from the community to buy their supplies.
And those sewers will also use their own money to pitch in, here and there when there just aren't enough donations coming in. And that helping spirit brings us to an Appleton fire station for our next story. A random act of kindness brought a group of seniors from Primrose Retirement to Fire Station number 6. The group came bearing gifts of homemade cookies and cards and a special plaque for these firefighters. The seniors wanted to show their appreciation for the firefighters, keeping them and the community safe.
What a fantastic gift to have this, just to feel appreciated.
With all the things that are going on in this country and this state, and all the bad press and everything, it's nice to be appreciated for the things that you do. And it's one of those gestures that's not asked for, and it takes a lot of work to do this gesture.
Some of the residents told Local 5 these firefighters come to help them multiple times a week. So the residents know the firefighters are people who truly make a positive difference.
Don't go anywhere. Our Positively Wisconsin special continues next with the story of a Green Bay basketball standout who's now teaching kids how to rise up through athletics.
Welcome back to our Positively Wisconsin special. Our next story shows great athletes can come from anywhere. Sometimes all it takes is the right opportunity.
Local 5's Paul Stino shares the story of a new nonprofit on Green Bay's east side that's making sure every kid gets a shot.
Devils on 3! 1, 2, 3, Devils!
Marquise, get down, get down! Here you go, John, get up on him.
Coaching is a passion for Kyle Cropsey.
That's how we play D. That's how we play D.
A proud alumni of Green Bay East High School, Cropsey's new nonprofit, Rise Up Athletics, is focused on providing training equipment and opportunities to play competitive organized sports for kids like these who will eventually attend Green Bay East High School.
The more sports they play when they're younger, it's going to help them become better athletes. And then when they get over to East High School, they know the game. And we're not having to teach them the basics at such a later age.
A web of volunteer coaches making football, basketball, and baseball leagues possible.
Like, I get emotional talking about it because to see them turn into young men and women right before your eyes, and I'm talking about productive young men and women.
The program is about having fun, it's about learning the game, but they're also serious about winning. Lots and lots of push-ups. This team is 13-1 for a reason after all.
7th grader Julian Matthews is one of the kids Cropsey coaches.
I think he pushes me to where I need to.
Matthews is taking part in this intense, hyper-focused practice at Washington Middle School Thursday night. Cropsey, hoping the athletes will get opportunities through his nonprofit today, will be the future star athletes at Green Bay East High School, his alma mater, tomorrow.
It's all about just improving the community and just giving these kids a chance to do more.
In Green Bay, Paul Stino, Local 5 News.
Cropsey is raising money for equipment and tournament fees through a GoFundMe. So far, he says folks have donated more than $5,000.
Now we take you to Jackson Elementary School in Green Bay, where it looks like a regular classroom on the outside, but there's a team of hunger heroes working tirelessly on the inside.
The idea came about during the height of the COVID pandemic, when classrooms were empty and a school counselor stepped in. Counselor Tammy Van Ness knew there were many families who relied on free meals at school to get by. Or maybe some families suddenly found themselves needing extra help. She started a small food pantry that's helped dozens of families. When kids returned to class, the need was still there, so they added toiletries and goodie bags.
I feel that we all have a purpose, and I feel that my purpose has always been to help. Obviously, I work in the profession I work because of that, but it goes beyond that for me.
4th and 5th grade students help run the pantry. It's the kind of life lesson that makes a huge impact and thrives because of donations from the community.
If I can just help a little bit, and I see this as such a small portion of what I can do to help our families, it just pulls at my heartstrings.
The school hopes to launch a cookbook of family recipes in the future. The pantry program runs from September through June.
When we come back, the story of a toy maker whose handcrafted cars are making sure kids stay kids, even when their families are having a tough time getting by. When families struggle to make ends meet, little things, like toys, often fall by the wayside.
So a toy maker in the Green Bay area is making sure kids stay kids. As Local 5's Katie Amrine found out, it's an act of charity that's really taking off.
It's not so much giving a car to a child. It's also bringing the community together.
Rick's Toy Box is a nonprofit toy maker in Green Bay. The organization is donating 50 wooden cars to Ashwaubenon Public Safety. The cars will be given to children the department encounters in traumatic incidents. For President Rick Bruner, he says these cars aren't just toys.
When I was a child, the police officers used to hand out football cards and sometimes stickers. And I kind of remember how that made an impact on me. It's kind of like handing out a business card from the officer to the child, just building up the relationship.
Ashwaubenon Public Safety has received gifts like teddy bears and other toys to give to children in the past. But Bruner's donation is unique.
You know, we want to thank people like Rick, and especially Rick for doing this. I mean, there's a lot of, one of those vehicles, one of those little toys takes a lot of man hours to do, and, you know, if he's willing to donate that means a lot to his character.
Ashwaubenon is just one of hundreds of communities Rick's Toy Box has donated to across the country. While Bruner has accomplished a lot, he remains humble about his work.
Sum it up in one word, wow. I guess it's just my small part in helping.
In Brown County, Katie Amrine, Local 5 News.
Bruner also says he chose cars because they're small enough for people to carry.
All right, let's go to Alloway now, where David Kike coordinates a collection of those soda can pull tabs. He collects them through his car club's garage sessions. The money goes to the Ronald McDonald House, which helps families dealing with a medical crisis. Last year, he and fellow club members collected 220 pounds of tabs.
It's for the kids. Kids are important. That's what's going to run our world later on in life, and it's just to help the kids. That's all there is.
Yeah, the good feelings that come with helping others is what drives this program year after year.
And when we come back, Local 5 sets aside competition and joins forces with other TV stations to help a nonprofit get rolling again after a devastating fire.
If there's one thing we've learned here at Local 5 over the years of reporting on these Positively Wisconsin stories is that charity can often inspire others to give.
We saw that in action recently when a Green Bay nonprofit suffered a devastating fire. Shortly after Aspiro lost nearly its entire bus fleet, the reality started to sink in. There would be no way to get people with varying abilities to their jobs and activities. Soon, the Brown County Board pitched in with $25,000.
We've done great work with Aspiro. They've been a tremendous partner for Brown County, and a lot of their clients, or basically all of their clients, are Brown County clients as well. We have a big overlap there.
The county has always been very supportive of people with disabilities in this community, so it doesn't surprise me that they would want to try and rally around Aspiro and help those citizens.
That got the ball rolling, and soon businesses started to pitch in so Aspiro could start replacing its buses. Local 5 then set aside competition and worked with other television stations on a public service announcement. And that got the ball rolling even more with radio and billboard advertising. What looked like a dark time in Aspiro's history became a shining light for what Local 5 General Manager Judd Beck called an unprecedented cooperative gesture among media.
Lamar Sign responded. 2 radio groups that I know of responded. LUK responded, BAY responded, and we responded. And if anybody's seen the commercial that we ran, the promo that we ran, it features all the anchors from the 3 different TV stations. And that's, I mean, maybe it should happen more often, but it is unusual. And I think we were all really excited about it.
Aspiro reached its goal in just weeks, and in the spirit of charity, keep an eye out for our second PSA, where we extend a sincere thank you.
All right, now the story of a Northeast Wisconsin family with a sweet tooth, and that helped them to spark change.
Local 5's Bryce Oselin introduces us to Madison and Sarah and their love of baking.
About 2.5 years ago, our family found out that we had food allergies.
Madison and Sarah Laurent belong to Junior Girl Scout Troop 4273 in Kewaunee County.
To gluten, dairy, egg, peanuts, and then corn.
Like all Girl Scouts, their troop sells cookies.
So we've just been avoiding it since then. Maddie's been selling Girl Scout cookies, but she hasn't been able to eat any of them.
Madison would have an immediate allergic reaction if she ate the cookies.
It was hard and sad at the same time. Sometimes I just wished I could have them. I wanted to cheat all the time because it just seemed unfair.
The family began making their own cookies using allergy-free ingredients.
I was finding recipes online and I'd make like homemade Girl Scout cookies. So like I made a copycat, peanut butter patty for our family because we couldn't have these.
And after years of baking their own cookies and connecting with the company that makes Girl Scout cookies, ABC Bakers, a new recipe was created for people who have allergies.
I mean, it took,
a couple years.
Yeah, and just by me emailing the company and like pointing that out, they were able to change their recipe.
Lawrence says the new gluten-free recipe is free from top 9 allergens. In Casco, Bryce Oslin, Local 5 News.
Wow, seeing a need and taking action, the perfect recipe for an outcome that's positively Wisconsin.
Okay, don't go anywhere. We've got a real treat for you next. The De Pere Church volunteer who you could say is heaven sent, but really it's the heavenly scent of his booyah that has helped support his parish for decades. We have so enjoyed the opportunity to bring balance to the news of the day with stories that are positively Wisconsin, and we're always so moved by the dedication of the people in our neighborhood.
Dedication certainly fits the bill for a De Pere Church volunteer who, like a Pied Piper, draws them in every year with his homemade booyah.
It's well before dawn, and a savory aroma travels from the hill where St. Mary's Catholic Church stands in De Pere.
The wood chips we get from Valley Cabinet.
Longtime volunteer Fran DeClean has been tending to the fire since midnight, preparing his famous chicken and vegetable stew called booyah.
Well, the story that I had on booyah actually started like in Brussels, Wisconsin. People back in the days, if they had extra carrots in their garden in the fall of the year, someone had extra potatoes, they used to use pork or beef. They had a big get together, and whatever everybody had extra, they would put it together in the kettle and cook it up.
The preparation began the night before, volunteers cutting up vegetables to fill 2 huge drums and produce more than 110 gallons. All the money from sales goes back to St. Mary's. Fran's been doing this for the church for 25 years.
I think people help because of Fran. They know he's dedicated to it. Fran is a true treasure to De Pere, to the Green Bay area, and certainly here at St. Mary.
Fran first boils the chicken, then removes it before adding the vegetables.
I like to save the vegetables to last so that they don't get too mushy.
With the sunrise, reinforcements arrive to start deboning the chicken. As much as booyah is about mixing different foods together, it's also about the blending of people.
And it's pretty much the same guys all the time, and we're all friends, and we all work together, and we all do it for the betterment of our community.
Fran doesn't go into too much detail about the special spices he uses. He tends to his booyah regularly, and after some stirring and tasting...
Good enough. You're hot.
Just as Mass is letting out, the booyah is ready to go. So you brought your own pot.
I did. I bought some booyah last time Fran had it, and it was so amazingly delicious. I came up here a second time to get more.
An incredible undertaking from a man 85 years young who stirs up continued support to keep a positively Wisconsin tradition simmering.
I love it. I just love socializing that you have with the people. It's always a good time having fun with it,
Yes, we do. And your next chance to taste Fran's booyah is this summer when St. Mary Church hosts its annual picnic.
And remember to let us know if you have a story idea that's positively Wisconsin. You can scan the QR code you see on your screen right now to be taken to our submission page on wearegreenbay.com.
Remember, no suggestion is too small.
Right.
We want to show the little gestures that can make a big impact.
All the good. And we thank you for joining Local 5's Positively Wisconsin special broadcast.
Here's to always finding the positive every day. Have a great night, everyone. And thank you for watching and supporting our goal to bring Positively Wisconsin news to Northeast Wisconsin.
Local 5 was proud to bring you this special presentation of Positively Wisconsin, presented by Stacy Hennessy and Company. Thank you for watching.